Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new winter edition Howliday Cleo de Nile Monster High doll. So stay tuned as we take a look at the box, the details. Of course, we are going to get her out. And as always, I do want to know what you guys think. All right, so yes, according to Annalise, or the Age of A, out on Instagram, she's the designer of this doll. Cleo will be the last in the Howliday dolls. I was kind of bummed to hear this. I was really hoping to see Abby in this lineup because that doll just would have made sense. But historically, these dolls have not sold well, so I guess that does kind of, from a business standpoint, make sense to go ahead and cease the line. Normally, dolls are like 2 years out in production, so if not more on some instances. So it does make sense that this one was already being made when the decision was made to go ahead and stop the line, as they could just track the sales of previous dolls. There is still a Scalita coming this year. I don't know if she's technically part of the Howliday dolls though, since she's kind of a separate lineup specifically for Dia de Muertos. So I'm not sure if she would be considered in this line as well. If so, that doll is also amazing, and again, we'll end it with a bang. So, pretty excited about that. But like I said, Annalise did design this doll fully. So this one, she's also done previous dolls like the Vampire Heart Dracula that we got a couple years ago, the Gulux Gulia, many other amazing dolls. So very excited that she got the chance to do this one. Enough rambling though. Let's go ahead and take a look at her box. So of course we do have all these fun little bits and bobs that would relate to Cleo. And just in case you are looking for Cleo in your area, I don't know that she will show up at stores, but there's her barcode. We do have the Howliday Monster High logo there, looking very beautiful. And then on the back, we have a rear photo of Cleo in case you do not debox. So you can see there what the back would look like. Of course, we will be deboxing. It does say Monster High Howliday Winter Edition. If you want to pause and read it here, it does talk a little bit about the doll itself in multiple different languages. But now we're going to go ahead, we're going to get her out, and I cannot wait to know what you guys think. Really quickly, I did want to show you the interior of the box before I actually take her off of it. So we do have these really cool statues here of some, it looks like Anubis here in the background, kind of as pillars inside a tomb, which I love that they made them Howliday, because you can see there's like a scarab beetle inside a Christmas bow. Of course, there's the horrid stand that we all despise. But it is what it is. And of course, the bottom is just some brickwork with, then of course, a black background to make Cleo pop. But like I said, I did want to show that to you guys real quickly before I take Cleo out. Now we'll go ahead and free her from her chains. All right, so I do have Cleo out. Of course, first we'll take a look at her certificate of authenticity. So if you do want to pause and read it here, you certainly can. You can see there, it does state Monster High Howliday Winter Edition. And then it just certifies that this doll is a collaborative effort between designers and artists at Mattel. So nice little card there that comes with all of our collector dolls, minus SDCC ones, which is very strange, but hey, it's all good. Anyhow, on to Cleo herself. So this doll, oh my goodness. Definitely my favorite from this lineup. I will say that right now, right off the bat. Don't care what anybody else says. That's your opinion. This is mine. I love her. So we do have this very elaborate headpiece here at the top that has the wings of, oh gosh, I forgot the name of the winged goddess. But then of course we have the scarab beetle, we have a Christmas bow, we have a snowflake design there, we have the snakes on the sides of each side of her temple there, and then it kind of wraps around her entire head with this beautiful feather design, kind of closed on top but then open at the bottom. And look at that, we have blonde hair on Cleo. So this is on the top of her hair, and then underneath, of course, it's her signature dark brown. Of course, there is some gold tinsel in there just to bring in a little bit of extra sparkle for the holidays. I do love that touch there, and there is a lot of hair. This is some very thick rooting, so very excited about that. I'm not even gonna bother like straightening it or boil washing it, because A, there's tinsel, and B, there's no need to. I literally just ran a comb through it real quickly and all was well and good. So very pleased with that. Onto her face, you can see there, most of us top of her head is covered up by the straight cut bangs that we have there. Of course, there's some gold tinsel in there too. Perfectly fine, it is Cleo after all. But you can see there we do have a gorgeous face up. Beautifully done, hints of gold flecking in the plastic, so it adds to that kind of luster of the holidays, I guess, if you will. And then we have a little gold star there, signature kind of mark for Cleo as a beauty mark, and then very beautiful dark gold tone lips. hint of metallic to them. Would have been cool if it was very similar to the Claudine Howliday doll, where they did actually give glitter on some of them. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. There are actually variants of the Claudine from last year. There's a metallic gold tone, and then there's a gold with gold glitter. So, but I think in England, they couldn't release them with glitter because they have a ban on glitter. Smart people. Anyhow, and then she has this really cool collar piece coming down, which I think could have been a little more elaborate with some paint. But we are, of course, unfortunately, very used to Mattel not giving much paint on the plastic accessories. But I get it. I mean, at a $45 price point, you can't expect too much. At the $75 price point, you can. So they've got to do what they've got to do in order to make things make sense financially and to stay within budget. So at least we did get the gems colored on both of the pieces there. For the waist piece, of course, has snakes kind of wrapping around, which I think is a neat detail. And of course, there at the top on the collar piece too. She has a little kind of a, how do I want to word this? It's like a, not a ruching, but kind of a folded up top there, looking really kind of cool. This piece actually is a little mini skirt that goes to about right here, which for this stand works because it does kind of help hold that stand in place without her wobbling all over the place. So I do like that fact. This piece, this skirt here, is removable. I wish it was a little more form-fitting to Cleo. But it is cool. I mean, it looks like one of those old style ornaments that you'd see on a tree from like the 50s and 60s. But it is a stiff material. We have this pleating here with the kind of that gold shimmer going through it. I actually do love the idea behind this. I just wish it wasn't quite so bulbous. That's the only issue I have with it. But again, when you transfer from paper to doll form, there's always going to be a little bit of something that doesn't quite come over perfectly, but the idea still kind of shines through. So that's okay with me. My pleating right here is not wanting to behave. It is what it is. And then coming down, we do have these amazing shoes. I don't know what's going on there. I've got like a little extra plastic piece on one of mine. But you can see here we've got the little tiny gods of Anubis statues holding the Christmas bows, just like the pillars in the back of the box. A scarab beetle. And just some really pretty lotus petal designs there going all the way around. Very ornately detailed shoes. I think that is something that some of these designers do very, very well. She also has this really pretty shawl, which I am very, very pleased with this shawl. So we have gold foil embossing on the front of it, and those, of course, being gems and snowflakes. And then on the back, you can see here, the back portion of it does have the fringe touch here, which I think is a phenomenal design idea. Love that. It is rubber banded to her hands here to make it look like she's holding it. And then, of course, she has these Christmas bows that are on her wrists, which I think is kind of a fun, again, kind of touch of that Howliday look for her. So she does have the stand that a lot of people don't like. And like I said, I don't like it either. But for her and the dolls of this style that have that type of a dress where it's very form-fitted, it does work because it holds that stand in place, thus keeping the doll from flopping all over the place like we've seen on other dolls in this lineup. So there is the Howliday Monster High Winter Edition Collector Cleo doll. Absolutely stunning. They say good things come in threes, right? So we ended on a bang with Cleo. We have Draculaura, Claudine, and Cleo for the Howliday Winter Edition lineup. Again, very bummed that we didn't get like an Abby. I think Abby would have fit really, really well into this line, but we can't ask for everything, I guess, right? So excited to see if they do continue the Love Edition for the Valentine's Day sets. We'll see. There's rumor that there's one coming up of Claudine and Toralei, so I guess we'll see if that actually happens or not. But this lineup, I love them. I mean, as cheap as Claudine's dress is, I do love Claudine. I think she's very pretty. I have the Glitter Lip Edition unboxed. I have a metallic version boxed, and then, of course, I have an unboxed Draculaura. Dracula. I have a boxed Cleo coming still. This is the lineup that I like to have one in and one out. So, you know, hey, they're gorgeous. When I like a doll, I buy a couple of them if I'm able to. So I'm very excited to own these. The designers all did a very good job. And I'm very, very happy with what we've received. I know a lot of people aren't. I know a lot of people don't like this one at all. A lot of people complained immediately about Draculaura. As I've spoken with multiple designers, at the end of the day, you are not going to make everyone happy. And those that are happy, you know, they're happy. So that's what matters. The dolls still sell. I know this one is still available and on a heavily discounted price. I think she's like $20 some on most sites. This one, of course, is sold out and she is still available. So I will link to her down below. Anyhow, guys, that will do it for my review of Cleo. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about her or any other item on my channel, please, by all means, leave those in the comment section down below. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, hope everyone having a great day and we will see you real soon.